It is hard to be certain how a new listing by the US State Department will have landed at the headquarters of the Balochistan Liberation Army. The BLA were classified by the United States as a specially designated global terrorist organization back in 2019. But as of this week, the BLA and its Special Operations Wing, the Majid Brigade, are declared a foreign terrorist organization. One pictures a fretful huddle of BLA High Command as bewildered underlings argue over whether to reinforce the sandbag barricades or begin dismantling them. Is this an upgrade or a downgrade? Are we in more trouble or less? Are we no longer special? We will, yes, come back to all of the above and more. Foreign terrorist organization is a pretty serious thing for the US State Department to call you. It brackets you with such fearsome bêtes noire as Hamas, Hezbollah, Boko Haram, various Islamic State franchises, and the more recently added bunch of Mexican and Latin American drugs cartels by whom US President Donald Trump is vexed to the point of mispronunciation.
Tren de Aragua.
Tren de Aragua. Tren de Arguay.
The designation means that American banks are enjoined to seize your finances, that practically supporting your organization becomes a crime under US law, and that members and representatives of your organization cannot enter the US, though it is probable that the Balochistan Liberation Army are not Las Vegas kind of guys. Mostly, however, it is a statement. The State Department's own explanation of the designation says that it is intended, in part, to stigmatize and isolate. Balochistan is a province of Pakistan comprising a hefty chunk of the country's southwest, bordering Iran and Afghanistan, overlooking about 770 kilometers of Arabian Sea shoreline. Balochistan is geographically big, roughly the size of Germany, give or take, but is nevertheless the least populated of Pakistan's 4 provinces, just 15 million of Pakistan's 242 million people scratching a living from its deserts. The Balochistan Liberation Army are one of those outfits for whom the name is their mission statement, which is to say that they seek to prize Balochistan off from Pakistan and set up shop as an independent homeland of the Baloch people. The Balochs have long felt themselves both apart from and poorly served by Pakistan, and much the same about Iran and Afghanistan, which also have significant Baloch populations. Listeners may recall an amount of argy-bargy in early 2024 when Iran bombed what it claimed was an Iranian terrorist group harboured in Pakistan, after which Pakistan bombed what it said were Baloch terrorist groups harboured in Iran. The Balochistan Liberation Army is generally reckoned to have been founded circa 2000, though similar movements had come and gone before. In the service of their ambition, the BLA have spent the 21st century shooting, bombing and kidnapping, and by way of intimating the kind of nation they seek to forge, have disproportionately shot, bombed and kidnapped police officers, soldiers, schoolteachers, students, labourers working on China-backed projects, rival Baloch militants and people who aren't Balochs. Pakistan routinely accuses India's intelligence services of funding the BLA, much as India routinely accuses Pakistan's spooks of sponsoring terror groups which operate on its soil. There is probably not nothing in either allegation. Among the BLA's recent spectaculars, the seizure of a passenger train in March, which prompted a battle which left 21 passengers, 4 soldiers, and 33 BLA guerrillas dead, the suicide bombing of a school bus in Hustar in May, which killed 10 people, 8 of them children, the bailing up of several passenger buses and the roadside execution of 9 non-Baloch passengers in July, the derailing of another passenger train travelling from the Baloch capital of Quetta earlier this week. So the BLA are malevolent and dangerous, and as is often the case with violent zealots, it is an open question whether their shooting, bombing and kidnapping is strictly in the service of their cause, or whether the cause is a convenient excuse for the shooting, bombing and kidnapping they quite fancy doing anyway. The point here being that the description specially designated global terrorist organisation or indeed foreign terrorist organisation applies to the BLA if it applies to anyone, but it always has. So the question is, why make a thing of it now?
I love Pakistan.
The United States appears to be possessed by one of its periodic urges to be friends with Pakistan. In June, President Trump made the unsubtle gesture of hosting at the White House not Pakistan's president, Asif Ali Zardari, but its chief of army staff, Field Marshal Asim Munir, an implicit acknowledgement of the time-served maxim that Pakistan is not so much a state with an army as an army with a state. Pakistan is also grovelling ostentatiously towards Trump, offering to nominate him for the Nobel Peace Prize and signing a letter of intent to cooperate in some manner with World Liberty Financial, a cryptocurrency operation largely owned by Trump's family. Trump has also exulted about the possibilities of what he has called Pakistan's massive oil reserves, on which Field Marshal Munir appears to have sold him, but which most people with demonstrable expertise in this field assess as much more modest, like even if the most optimistic estimates were true, would rank Pakistan as an oil giant, roughly alongside Trinidad and Tobago. Nevertheless, listeners can probably at this point take an educated guess as to which province of Pakistan these oil reserves are believed to lie under. For Monocle Radio, I'm Andrew Muller.